Council is now in session. Good evening and welcome to the March 23rd meeting of the Florissant City Council. Before we begin, if you would like to make comment at the hearing from citizens portion of the meeting, I would ask that you fill out a speaker card. The speaker cards are located on the table inside of the entrance to the chambers. If you fill that out and hand that to Mr. Hessel, the attorney, he'll pass it down to me. I would ask you all to stand and join the council in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, if you'll please call the roll.
Schmidt. Here. Hernandez. Here. Lee. Here. Jones.
Yes, here.
Egan.
Here.
Fuda.
Here.
Shildroth.
Here.
Hanky.
Here.
Pagano. Here.
Let the record reflect that a quorum is present. Item number 3 on the agenda, approval of the minutes. Mr. Lee makes a motion to approve the meeting minutes of the March 9th, 2015 council meeting. That is seconded by Mr. Caputa. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Item number 4 on the agenda, hearing from citizens. Again, if you would like to make a statement at the hearing for citizens portion of the meeting, I would ask that you fill out a speaker card and hand that to Mr. Hessel, who will pass it down to us. Please remember that this is not a answer and question period. You will have 3 minutes to make a statement just about anything you want to the council. I would ask that you refrain from making any blatant political statements endorsing a particular candidate or issue at this time, but just about everything else is fair game. Rebecca Whitener. Ms. Whitener, if you'll state your name and your address for the record, and I would ask you to talk very loudly into the mic. You can even hold it if you'd like. Thank you.
Rebecca Sue Whitener, 742 Loki's. I'm here in regard to the specific breed law. I have tried to register my puppy with the city of Florissant, and they say she's a pit bull. Obama administration has just come out within the last 6 months against the specific breed law, and I'll use SBL. County Executive Stingler has said the same thing. He's trying to do all kinds of laws, whatever, in order to keep the resources, stray rescue, whatever, out of being so full. I've also talked to Mark Bellman, and he's in favor of rescinding this law. Tia is a year old, was a year old March 14th. I've had her since about the 20th of May last year. She is an adorable puppy, and I know she's a year old, but she's still a puppy, full of puppiness and energy. I've taken her to puppy class. She aced puppy class. I can get her to sit, lie down, stay. I can put a treat in front of her, tell her to leave it, and walk away, and she will leave it until I tell her a good girl. Now, I went to city health department to try to get a license for her. They say she's a pit. I don't know what she is. She was in a yard near my parents' house, and I have no papers. She could be a pit. She could be part pit. She could be a boxer. Who knows? But she's brindle and white and lovable. Kids in the neighborhood come and visit with her. I've got 2 cats. She takes care of those 2 cats. And sometimes they get into a spat, but that's kids for you. Tia is spayed. She's microchipped. And the vet has her listed as hound mix. City of Florissant Health Department says she is no way a hound. I would have to go and get DNA testing for her to even prove what she is. But I've spent all this money and this time, and my baby loves me. She loves the neighbors. She loves neighbor dogs. She goes on walks with neighbor dogs. Now, if she was vicious, as people say the pits are, if she were a vicious dog, I wouldn't be able to do all of this with her. I would not let kids in the backyard with her being a pit.
Ms. Whitener, your 3 minutes is up. I'd hate to interrupt you. If you'll see myself or your council person afterwards, I believe that's Mr. Jones,
Right.
and we'll continue the
The
conversation.
one sentence is,
Okay.
give me more time to get rid of her. I have until Thursday to get rid of her.
Please see Mr. Jones after the council meeting, please. Thank you. Joshua Polsky. Mr. Polsky, if you could state your name and address for the record, and as with Ms. Whitener, if you'll speak into the mic, I'd appreciate it.
Okay, thank you. My name's Josh Polsky. I live at 748 Lokey's Drive. I'm a neighbor of Becky. I'm here to support her in her efforts to keep Tia and confirm that Tia is a great dog. There's no signs of aggression. Anytime I see her, she's wagging her tail. She's ready to play. I've never seen her, growl or anything like that. That would, like I said, show any type of aggression. I would like to see, in regards to this ordinance, either be lifted or modified to include an appeals process. I believe Hazelwood has a similar process to where if there's an issue where the person believes that their dog needs to be taken away, there's a process that you can evaluate both the owner and the dog. I just want to make sure that this law is in place to not punish the dog, but to punish the owner, because the owner is the one that causes the dog to be the way they are. And I also agree that I would like to see Tia remain with Rebecca while the matter is being considered instead of being boarded. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Joshua. You can also see Mr. Jones after the council meeting. I'm sure he'd appreciate discussing it further.
All right, thank you again.
Thank you. Doug Stewart. Good evening, Mr. Stewart. Be so kind to state your name and address for the record, and if you'll speak into the microphone.
Good evening. My name is Doug Stewart. I live at number 12 Club Grounds North. I just had a question for you. As I was out walking through some of the neighborhoods this week, one of the residents that lives on Parker Road had brought up the fact that I guess their neighborhood, their street, had been rezoned as a flood zone. And as I was talking to them about just some general conversation, they asked if I could bring that up to the city council and find out if there's something they could do, because they said their insurance has gone up about $1,200 a year, and they didn't find out about this until they received a letter from their mortgage company or from their insurance company. So just wanted to bring that up, and if there's somebody that I could speak to either after the meeting or some other time, I'd like to bring that information back to the resident and try to help them with that situation.
All right, thank you. I know that we did get a presentation from Mr. Barrett a couple months ago regarding this. He's a city engineer, and I could refer you directly to Tim Barrett.
Okay, I'll certainly do that. Thank you.
And I believe the last person is Jamel McNee. I believe that's for the public hearing. Is that correct? Yeah. One more. Rita Powers, that's right. Evening, Ms. Powers, good to see you again. If you'd be so kind as to state your name and address for the record and talk into the mic loudly, please.
Yeah, I have a weak voice, so this is as loud as it gets.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. My backyard borders Walmart. I came before the council the day the deal was okay. The gentleman said they would take care of my concerns, that the property values would go up because of the Walmart. The values of my property have gone down. The noise has been so loud that it gives me a headache. They moved the dirt around for many, many months. Are there springs in this area? Now my backyard seems to have a depression that I did not notice before. I have sent Jeff Otto emails, not one response. He is the one that I was supposed to talk to about Walmart. There is a tree, 6-foot roots, about as tall as I am, the roots, and 50 feet long, that is lying behind my fence. They took down hundreds of trees. They did not take the dead tree away. It's still there. I cannot sell my house, the realtor said, the way it's going. No one has taken care of it. Did any one of you come to look at my home and what has happened to my backyard except Mr. Jones? And his solution was, just leave your house during the day and then you won't hear the noise. For me, I have been a resident of Florissant for over 60 years. I asked that at the time Walmart would be interested in buying the property because the big bulldozers come within the 12 feet, the easement. That's how close they are to my home. It shakes when they were taking down the trees and moving all the dirt around. And would any of you put up with this in your backyard? I would like to know if anyone came to see my house besides Mr. Jones. Nobody came and left a message for me.
Ms. Powers, I will tell you, I did come by your house one day and knock on the door, and you were not there.
Did you leave a message?
No, I did not, but I came by and
I wish you would have. So
I knocked on your door to visit you, and you weren't home. It was in the afternoon. But you might want to see Mr. Hernandez, I believe, is your councilman, after the meeting, and speak with him directly.
Okay. Doug Stewart did come by this week, and he has seen the problem. And there's a big area of the backyard that has it's just a mess.
All right, thank you, ma'am. And I believe Nicole is next, but I believe Nicole, you're going to speak during the public hearing. Very good, thank you. All right, item number 5 on the agenda is communication, and we have no communication this week. Item number 6 is public hearings. Public hearing 15-03-005.
In accordance with Section 405, 310, did you just turn it? Okay, I'm sorry. Of the Florissant zoning code, a public hearing will be held by the City Council of Florissant, Missouri in the council chambers at 955 Rue St. Francois on Monday, March 23, 2015 at 7:30 p.m. on the following proposition. To authorize an amendment to special use permit number 2442 to NVA Florissant Animal Hospital Incorporated DBA Florissant Animal Hospital to allow for a pole sign for the property located at 605 North Highway 67. Citizens will have an opportunity to be heard. Anyone with special needs should contact the city clerk at least 5 days before said public hearing by calling 839-7630 or TDD 839-5142.
Thank you. Is the petitioner, Mr. Behrens, present? Good evening, sir. If you'll step forward and give us your name and your address for the record.
My name is Bill Behrens with Warren Sign Company, and that's at 2955 Arnold Road, Arnold, Missouri.
Welcome to the council. If you want to give us your presentation, we'll be willing to listen.
Sure. I'll keep it pretty brief. I assume you each have a copy of this. Is that correct?
There you go.
Just to keep it simple, Florissant Animal Hospital has a pylon sign here now. We're simply taking that down. It's dated. Going to replace it with the new sign with their new logo, more up-to-date colors, dress it up. We want to put it in the same spot. Planning and Zoning Commission recommended approval, but they requested, if possible, we move the sign a little further back from the road. The way we're going to do this is cut these 2 poles off. We're going to set the new pole for the new sign, and we'll set it as close as we can to the inside pole. So we'll actually pull the sign back a little off the road. Beyond that, it's pretty much the same location.
Mr. Jones?
Yes, I came by before you guys had your drawings, and I did stop by there today and look at everything, and it looks totally terrific with me.
Great, thank you.
Is there anyone in the audience that would like to make comment on this public hearing? Seeing none, Mr. Jones moves to close the public hearing. That is seconded by Mr. Hernandez. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? The hearing will be closed. Public hearing number 15-03-006.
In accordance with Section 405-310 of the Florissant zoning code, a public hearing will be held by the City Council of Florissant, Missouri in the council chambers at 955 Rue St. Francois on Monday, March 23, 2015 at 7:30 p.m. on the following proposition. To authorize a special use permit to MAG Automotive LLC, DBA MAG Automotive, to allow for the operation of an automotive repair shop for the property located at 8461 North Lindbergh. Citizens will have an opportunity to be heard. Anyone with special needs should contact the city clerk at least 5 days before said public hearing by calling 839-7630 to D839-5142.
Thank you. Is Mr. Gillette present? Good evening, Mr. Gillette. If you'll step forward and state your name and your address for the record.
Mark Gillette, 1160 Lindsay Lane, Florissant.
If you could speak up as much as you can, we'd appreciate it. And the floor is all yours, sir.
I think Lulu's Express was going to put a restaurant in that location, and he can't do it. It's just too expensive. So I asked to get a special use permit, basically pull the permit y'all gave him and go back to the original, which I know you can't do that, I believe. City attorney said that can't be done. So I got to ask for a special use permit to go back in there with the same thing that's been there since, what, early 80s?
Can you give me a little idea of the type of business that you want to run, the hours, the days of the week, and the such?
Yes. 8 to 5, Monday through Saturday. It's auto repair, same as what was in there, Tosco's or something to that effect. All the car lifts are still in there. We've had them all checked out. Plumbing, we've done that. The painting inside. Waiting to do the parking lot on the outside, in the front, towards the road frontage on Lindbergh, to see where we're getting at with this. Painting the side of the building that faces Pizza Hut, because it looks pretty nasty. All the paint's peeling off. Just general automotive. I have a shop down the street across from Steak and Shake on Lindbergh now. A couple buildings down there, and it's getting bigger.
So will you be closing the ones down across from Steak and Shake?
Not
Or?
at this time, no.
And my second question is, I'm not sure if we can allow the painting of the masonry. Are you aware of our masonry ordinance?
The last hearing they had here, they said we didn't need that, that it was a concrete block, that I couldn't paint the front brick, the face of the building, to leave it alone, leave it natural, but the side of it, somebody's painted it, and it's all deteriorated and flaking off and just looks horrible.
The fenced-in area, would you be using that as well?
Just for some parking, yes. I have to
Is
share
that part
that
of your lease, that fenced-in area back there?
To share with 2 other tenants.
Okay. And it's our understanding that Lulu's is not going to go in that building, is that correct?
Not this building, no, sir.
Okay. And what would your hours be on Saturday evenings?
8 to 5.
8 to 5? Okay. I don't have any further questions. Before we close this public hearing, is there anyone in the audience that would like to make comment? Seeing none, Mr. Schmidt motions to close this public hearing. That is seconded by Mr. Schildroff. All in favor? Aye. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Item number 7, old business. Second readings. Bill number 9080. Mr. Schildroff makes a motion for a second reading, and it is seconded by myself. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Florissant to enter into and execute a contract with St. Louis County, Missouri for municipal ordinance prosecution in the St. Louis County's Municipal Court Health, Mental Health Jail Diversion Program.
Ms. Pagano makes a motion for third reading on this, and that is seconded by Mr. Schmidt. Is there any discussion? All in favor of third reading? Aye. Opposed? Please read the bill.
Ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Florissant to enter into and execute a contract with St. Louis County, Missouri for municipal ordinance prosecution in the St. Louis County's Municipal Court's Mental Health Jail Diversion Program.
Prior to a final vote being taken on this bill, is there anyone in the audience that would like to make comment? Seeing none, clerk, please poll the council.
Schmidt? Yes. Hernandez? Yes. Lee? Yes. Jones?
Yes.
Egan?
Yes?
Caputa?
Yes.
Shildroth?
Yes.
Hanky?
Yes.
Pagano?
Yes.
Bill number 9080 passes and becomes ordinance 8126, 8126. Item number 8, new business, board appointments. Mr. Caputa.
Thank you, Mr. President. Yes, I would like to appoint Mr. Robert Smith, 2823 Chapel View Drive, Ward 4, to the Citizens Participation Committee.
A motion is made by Mr. Jones and seconded by Mr. Hanky. All in favor? Aye. The appointment carries. Next item, request. Ward number 8, request for a transfer of special use permit number 7860 from SAS Loan ENT LLC DBA Old Timers Carryout Kitchen to Kevin McDaniel DBA Bootsy's Barbecue and more for location operation of a carryout restaurant located at 12675. Mr. Schmidt?
Thank you. I received a phone call from Mr. McDaniels earlier in the week, introducing himself and explaining that he wanted to open this new barbecue store as a carryout in place of what used to be the Old Timers Carryout Kitchen. And at the time, I didn't have any of the paperwork in front of me. Since then, I got a copy, we got our packets Friday, and I saw that there was a special use permit transfer, which seemed a little bit odd in the fact that when I had talked to Mr. McDaniels, he had indicated that he was possibly going to have some barbecue pits, outdoor cooking on the premises. And it seemed to me that that was a little bit different than what was previously there. I have talked to Mr. McDaniel earlier this evening, and I would like to suspend the rules and bring Mr. McDaniels up so that I have a few questions, and I'm sure council might have some other questions. But I think he has decided not to do any of the outdoor cookers for right now, and strictly go with indoor electric barbecues, much like the previous barbecue pit or barbecue place that we approved over on Patterson Road, or out in Hotteshoe. So I think that might alleviate the problem for right now. And I did explain to him that should he want to do any outdoor type cooking, that he would have to come back to the city and probably go through planning and zoning, and then back to this council for a permit to do that. So I would like to suspend the rules and bring Mr. McDaniels up, and we probably have some questions for him. So.
Mr. Schmidt's made a motion to suspend the rules. That's seconded by Ms. Pagano. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Mr. McDaniel, you approach the council. Good evening, sir. If you'll state your name and your address for the record, I'd be appreciative.
Sure. Kevin McDaniel, 2522 Haber Drive.
Why don't you give us the council an idea of the type of business, your hours,
Sure.
and the such that you want to run?
Absolutely. Boosie's Barbecue Burgers and More is pretty much primarily a burger restaurant. Has barbecue also as a side, along with different various items as far as chicken and salads and things like that. We have right now two vertical electrical smokers that we have indoors. We will use those probably for the next year. After that year, I'm in the process of having a smoker and trailer built right now out of Watkinsville, Georgia, by the name of company Custom Pits. This is being built on a trailer with a screen built around it, so I made sure that, and there's also a hood covering there to make sure that I meet all the specifications of St. Louis County along with the specifications of Florissant. My hours simply will be Tuesday through Sunday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. until there's a business opening. I believe there's another nightclub coming in. And so on Friday nights, I will stay open later to accommodate them once they're ready to leave and do whatever they have to do.
Mr. Schmidt, do you have questions?
I really don't. Like I said, I think the problem was alleviated with going with the electric indoor cookers for right now. And I know Mr. McDaniels understood that should you do want to go outside and do the cooker outdoors, that you would have to come back, you apply to the city for that, and it would go through planning and zoning, and then you would come back before this body for that permit.
I look
in order
forward
to do
to
that. So, but yeah, as of right now with the electric indoor cookers, I don't have any problem with it. That's pretty much the same type of business then that was in there, so the special use permit can pretty much go through. And I know Mr. McDaniels has requested that we try and do 3 readings tonight, and I would appreciate that if we could accommodate him on that. So, unless anybody else has any other questions, I'm good.
Mr. Hessel, do we need to modify this request in any way?
You may want to, when the bill comes before you, Mark, you may want to amend Section 1 of the bill that now talks about special use authorized is hereby transferred and says for the operation of a restaurant located at number 12675 New Hallsbury Road. You might want to add with all cooking taking place inside the building, or words to that effect. I can provide you with the language if you're going to.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that when the bill comes up.
Mr. Lee?
Yeah, Mr. McDaniel, I was listening to what you said, and I just wanted to reiterate, you are aware of the county requirements. You'd have to go before the variance commission for the, okay, so.
That's why I'm having it built like that.
Yeah, I
now.
know that we've had issues with this before, and some people, but you seem like you're aware of it, you know what you need to do, and you have to get that variance as well before you'd be able to operate it, so I just want to make sure.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Ms. Pagano?
Mr. Lee asked my question.
And Mr. McDaniel, I would ask you that in the past, that shopping center has been somewhat problematic at times with trash and such. Is it safe to assume you'll post some bins outside your doors for trash receptacles to collect any debris?
Absolutely.
All right.
And you're talking about in front of the door, correct?
Well, in the area where people you're not a sit-down, you're strictly a carry-out, correct?
Exactly.
Yeah, again, in the past, there's been some complaints of litter up in that area, not necessarily from your establishment, but from the nightclub and such, but especially people are going to be leaving the nightclub and then going to your place,
Right.
which I know you hope. I know I would appreciate, I'm sure Mr. Schmidt would, if you would make some trash cans available for folks to.
I've talked actually with the property management company, Cozad Properties, and they have a trash can at the end, of both ends of the strip mall, and they assured me before I opened it, they would have a trash can just like it. It's decorated and everything just like you like it, and they assured me that I would have one before opening.
All right, thank you. Ms. Pagano, did you have something else?
What did you say your hours of operation were going to be again?
Sure, it'll be Tuesday through Sunday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., and then once the nightclub opens on Friday and Saturday, I'll probably be open till 1 a.m.
Till 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Mr. Henke?
And this is strictly carry-out?
Yes,
There will no inside dining, no alcohol served? Just
No
strictly-
alcohol, no
Strictly
dining
carry-out?
whatsoever. Yes.
All right, with that, anyone else on the council, any other questions? Mr. Schmidt makes a motion to approve this request, and that's seconded by Mr. Henke. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Item number 2, request for a transfer of special use permit number 7935 from Pursuit First Incorporated DBA Gateway Grilled Subs to Nephews LLC DBA Nephews Grill for the operation of a sit-down carry-out restaurant located at 1156 Shackelford Road. Mr. Jones?
Yes, I'm wanting to see if we can get 3 readings on this tonight. I did go up and spend about 45 minutes with her She does own a business elsewhere, so she pretty well knows the realms of it. We did a walkthrough. She showed me the inside. Her cooking place, it's replacing a Subway shop. Subway moved down and left their old shop. There was another business there before. It didn't work out too good, and it seems to me like she knows what she's doing, and I hate to see anybody that's ready to go had to pay rent without money coming in, so that's why I'm asking for 3 readings tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Jones. Any other council questions on this discussion on this request? Mr. Jones makes a motion to approve this request. It's seconded by Mr. Shildroff. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Request carries. Request number 3. Request for a beer and wine package liquor license for United Mart, Inc., located at 2020 Patterson Road. Mr. Caputa.
Yeah, I move to continue.
Mr. Caputa has moved to continue this request, as seconded by Mr. Shildroff. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? And the request will be moved until the meeting on April 13th. Is that good for you, Mr. Caputa?
Yes, that's fine. Thank you.
April 13th, 2015. Item number C, bills for first reading. Bill 9081.
Ordinance to authorize an amendment to special use permit number 2442 to NVA Florissant Animal Hospital Incorporated, DBA Florissant Animal Hospital, to allow for a pole sign for the property located at 605 North Highway 67.
Mr. Jones makes a motion for a second reading on this bill. That is seconded by Mr. Lee. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Madam Clerk, please read a bill for the second time.
Ordinance to authorize an amendment to special use permit number 2442 to NVA Florissant Animal Hospital Incorporated, DBA Florissant Animal Hospital, to allow for a pole sign for the property located at 605 North Highway 67.
Mr. Jones makes a motion for a third reading. That is seconded by Mr. Hernandez. Is there any discussion among the council? Seeing none, clerk, please poll the council.
Schmidt?
Yes.
Hernandez? Yes. Lee? Yes. Jones?
Yes.
Egan?
Yes.
Caputa?
Yes.
Shildroth?
Yes.
Hanky?
Yes.
Pagano?
Yes.
Sorry.
Please read the bill again.
Ordinance to authorize an amendment to special use permit number 2442 to NVA Florissant Animal Hospital Incorporated, DBA and Florissant Animal Hospital, to allow for a pole sign for the property located at 605 North Highway 67.
Prior to a final vote being taken on this bill, is there anyone in the audience that would like to make comment? Seeing none, clerk, please poll the council.
Schmidt?
Yes.
Hernandez? Yes. Lee? Yes. Jones?
Yes.
Egan?
Yes.
Caputa?
Yes.
Shildroth?
Yes.
Hanky?
Yes.
Pagano?
Yes.
Bill number 9081 passes and becomes ordinance 8127, 8127. Bill 9082.
Ordinance to authorize a special use permit to MAG Automotive LLC, DBA MAG Automotive, to allow for the operation of an automotive repair shop for the property located at 8461 North Lindbergh.
Bill 9083.
Ordinance authorizing a transfer of special use permit number 7860 from Saslone Enterprises LLC, DBA Old Timers Carryout Kitchen, to allow for Kevin McDaniel, DBA Bootsy's Barbecue Burgers and More, for the location and operation of a carryout restaurant located at 12675 New Halls Ferry Road.
Mr. Schmidt makes a motion for a second reading. That is seconded by Ms. Pagano. Is there any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Madam Clerk, please read the bill for a second time.
Ordinance authorizing a transfer of special use permit number 7860 from Saslone Enterprises LLC, DBA Old Timers Carryout Kitchen, to Kevin McDaniel, DBA Bootsy's Barbecue Burgers and More, for the location and operation of a carryout restaurant located at 12675 New Halls Ferry.
Mr. Schmidt makes a motion for a third reading, and that is seconded by Mr. Shildroff. Is there any discussion? Mr. Schmidt?
Yeah, before we do pass this, I do have on the city attorney's request and suggestion, I do have an amendment to the bill. On line 33 of the bill, right after 1265 New Halls Ferry Road, then it would state, with all cooking taking place inside the building.
There's a motion on the floor, seconded by Mr. Lee. Any discussion? All in favor on the amended bill? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Clerk, will you read the bill the third time?
Ordinance authorizing a transfer of special use permit number 7860 from Saslone Enterprises LLC, DBA Old Timers Carry Out Kitchen, to Kevin McDaniel, DBA Bootsie's Barbecue, Burgers and More, for the location and operation of a carry-out restaurant located at 12675 New Halls Ferry.
Just to clarify, we
I
didn't.
I think we
really
have
do
to
a roll
vote,
call.
I think we have to vote on, do a roll call vote on
We
the
did the
Make
amendment,
me
but
read
we
that
didn't
again.
roll
third
call
reading.
vote. Yeah.
If you'll please poll the council for a roll call vote for the amended bill, third reading.
Schmidt?
Yes.
Hernandez? Lee? Jones?
Yes.
Egan?
Yes?
Caputa?
Yes.
Shildroth?
Yes.
Hanky?
Yes.
Pagano?
Clerk, please read the bill for the third time.
Or fourth. Ordinance authorizing a transfer of special use permit number 7860 from Saslone Enterprises LLC, DBA Old Timers Carry Out Kitchen, to Kevin McDaniel, DBA Bootsie's Barbecues, Burgers and More, for the location and operation of a carry-out restaurant located at 12675 New Halls Ferry.
Prior to a final vote being taken on this bill, is there anyone in the audience that would like to make comment? Seeing none, clerk, please poll the council.
Schmidt?
Yes.
Hernandez? Lee? Jones?
Yes.
Egan?
Yes?
Caputa?
Yes.
Shildroth?
Yes.
Hanky?
Yes.
Pagano?
Bill 9083 passes and becomes ordinance 8128. Bill number 9084.
Ordinance authorizing a transfer of special use permit number 7935 from Pursuit First Incorporated, DBA Gateway Grilled Subs, to Nephews LLC, DBA Nephews Grill, for the operation of a sit-down carry-out restaurant located at 1156 Shackelford Road.
Mr. Jones makes a motion for a second reading. That is seconded by Mr. Hernandez. Is there any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Madam Clerk, read the bill a second time, please.
Ordinance authorizing a transfer of special use permit number 7935 from Pursuit First Incorporated, DBA Gateway Grilled Subs, to Nephews LLC, DBA Nephews Grill, for the operation of a sit-down carry-out restaurant located at 1156 Shackelford Road.
Mr. Jones makes a motion for a third reading. That is seconded by Mr. Lee. Is there any discussion? Clerk, please poll the council.
Schmidt?
Yes.
Hernandez? Lee? Jones?
Yes.
Egan?
Yes?
Caputa?
Yes.
Shildroth?
Yes.
Hanky?
Yes.
Pagano?
Please read the bill a third time.
Ordinance authorizing a transfer of special use permit number 7935 from Pursuit First Incorporated, DBA Gateway Grill Subs, to Nephews LLC, DBA Nephews Grill, for the operation of a sit-down carry-out restaurant located at 1156 Shackelford Road.
Prior to a final vote being taken on this bill, is there anyone in the audience that would like to make comment? Seeing none, clerk, please poll the council.
Schmidt?
Yes.
Hernandez? Lee? Jones?
Yes.
Egan?
Yes?
Caputa?
Yes.
Shildroth?
Yes.
Hanky?
Yes.
Pagano?
Bill number 9084 passes and becomes ordinance 8129. Council announcements. Mr. Henke.
Yeah, I would just like to remind everyone, it maybe doesn't need reminding, but we've got an election coming up April the 7th, shortly. Just exercise your right as a citizen and get out and vote. However you vote, get out and vote. Thank you.
Mr. Caputa.
Thank you, Mr. President. Yes, I have a couple things. This week is National Highway Workers Safety Awareness Week, so be aware of all the construction work, MoDOT, IDOT, if you drive in Illinois or wherever you're driving. be aware of the construction workers and work going on the roads. Be courteous for them. They're out there trying to do their job, so be aware of your surroundings. Also, I got some good news on the golf course. We have 13 new tournaments this year at the golf course. Just within a one-year time, we have gained 13 new tournaments. That each tournament, we have 80 to 144 players for each tournament. So that's real good. Normally, golf course C, maybe they'll gain 2 or 3 tournaments a year, and that's good. That's a very good thing, but we got 13 coming up, so that's very good news on our golf course. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Caputa. Mr. Jones.
Yes, I'd just like to reach out and give a shout out to Team right down on 265 St. Catherine. You guys, that place never shuts down. It's always needing stuff. So if everybody could just take a couple canned goods out of their cupboard or a couple bucks out of their pocket and stop by, you guys, it's at 265 St. Catherine. They're needing stuff winter, summer, spring. They're always needing something. You guys could stop by there and even give them a hand. It would be appreciated. Thanks.
May I have decorum in the courtroom, please? I do have one item. The last month, the St. Ferdinand barbecue team has been doing weekly barbecues and a basketball tournament for Team Aaron Grace, who's a parishioner in St. Ferdinand, and she is suffering from, was born with Down syndrome and is suffering cancer. I've been saying the entire time this award-winning barbecue, we live in the Show Me State, so I'm going to prove it. I have a trophy in my hand. For the wings that we serve, we have some of the best barbecue. I know most of the council have been up there to try the barbecue. Hey, this is a really great cause. We will be there one last day, and that's next Saturday, the 28th of March, between 10:30 a.m. and dark. It's going to be a beautiful weekend. Come on out and say hi to all of us, buy some great barbecue at a reasonable price, and support a good cause. Thank you. Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. President. We have a lot of wholesome activity to talk about. One thing that's probably not very well known, we have judo is alive and well here in the city of Florissant. We had a tournament with about 150 competitors. I'd like to congratulate Iko Shepard. She's a woman pioneer in the sport of judo. She was born in Japan. As you probably know, before World War II, Japan was kind of a closed society for women, had very few opportunities. So she was one of the first judo champions out of Japan, and she teaches at our Egan Center every week, and it's a very wholesome class, and she teaches good manners and all the good citizenship that goes with the martial arts. Our summer playground programs is June 8th through July 17th. Sign-up started on March 16th, so if you have children up through 7th grade that you'd like to enroll, go up to the JFK Center or the Egan Center and enroll your children in the ever-popular summer playground. That sells out really fast, so you need to get going on that. We're going to have a Florissant garage sale at the Brazel Dome. I name it the Brazel Dome, the ice rink. Joe Brazel was a councilman. He's a councilman out in St. Charles County now. It was his idea to put the cover on the ice rink, and I'm sure glad we did. We're going to have a big garage sale there on April 25th from 9 to 1 p.m. And then also in the category of Parks and Recreation, we have a mother and son dance coming up. So that's, you get more information. That's not until May, so you can get the information at either Egan Center or JFK. That's going to be at the Nature Lodge. Also at Sunset Park, we had a busy weekend last Saturday. We got a little feel-good press from News Channel 5. We had some Boy Scouts rescue an adult trash bash participant who got stuck in some quick mud, and the Scouts were very resourceful in helping to get this guy out, actually before the fire department was able to arrive there. But the reason that they were there was to clean all the trash and debris out of the area surrounding the river there at Sunset Park, and I'd like to give kudos to our city engineer, Tim Barrett, and his assistant, Tom Goldkamp, who were very instrumental in making that a success, as well as our Parks Department. While I'm on the subject on recycling, we're also going to have just announced that St. Louis County is doing a tire recycling on March 28th at Bell Fountain Park in North County. So if you have tires that need to be recycled, you can take them there on March 28th. And then here in Florissant, we'll have an electronic recycling event Saturday, April 11th from 9 to 1, and that's going to be at St. Ferdinand Park. And then we'll have a document shredding on April 18th, right after tax season, so after you're done with all your tax stuff and you want to shred that. April 18th, Saturday, also at St. Ferdinand Park. And also we had that Saturday, I told you it was a busy Saturday, we went from the Trash Bash to the Saturday with the Easter Bunny at the Egan Center, and then that was followed by the Greater North County Chamber of Commerce Business Fair, which was very successful, and a Taste of North County. Like I said, it was a very busy day. Then also, I'd like to announce that we have the new communication system installed for police and public works. This is a result of the special E911 tax, and we have all that stuff installed. So now our department can talk to other departments, and so St. Louis County is a much safer place, and our emergency responders really appreciate that. Right, Mr. Regan? Sure. MSD repairs underway in St. Ferdinand Street. Those repairs will be putting in a 360-foot long, 12-inch diameter sewer main. So we're going to have a little inconvenience, but in the long run, things will flow much more efficiently. And then for our seniors, we have a new committee that's looking into, composed of Peggy Hogan and Bob Russell, and our senior commission have some specific ideas for our seniors to enhance the healthy seniors who are more active than they've ever been. So we're going to have some very interesting facility changes that will affect the active seniors in our community. And then also we're going to have the first annual Aging My Way Resource Fair. That's going to be Wednesday, April 22nd from 9 to 12 at the Egan Center. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Honor. The next meeting of the Florissant City Council will be April 13, 2015 at 7:30 p.m. Mr. Henke makes a motion to adjourn this meeting that's seconded by Mr. Caputa. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? The council stands adjourned.